mine is the same thing. So, so because of that, like people really didn't listen to me. It's like it was the straw. It's not that I'm okay with it. I feel like about it. They are going to talk about it, you know, because they don't move on with people. Like in our head, we like so far away from it. I'm alone with all that. I'm gonna let you go back. Because in my head, I'm already somebody. No one feels hurt. Everyone wants to talk. We process this like just let it just But you know what, everybody, and welcome to episode 9. Thank you for meeting us here. It's your girl Kendra Renice
and Amber
with the Truth Be Told podcast. So today we wanted to touch on toxic traits, and it's gonna be a 2-part, series. So this will be part 1 of toxic traits. So, do you have any toxic traits that you are aware of?
Yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying. I think everybody has some sort of, toxic trait, but one that I can think of right now, you know what I'm saying, I hold things in, you know what I'm saying. Whatever I guess is bothering me at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just saying something about it, I hold it in, deal with it, and move on. You know what I'm saying? I be done moved on while, I'm still right here. And I just ain't that no more. You know what I'm saying? So, that's mine.
What do you think causes you to hold on to the emotions versus verbalizing it? Is it like a past experience or...
It could be. And then again, it could just be, just because I don't want the confrontation part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just, okay, forget about it.
Right.
Or I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. And, you still, like I say, you still right here, but I'm down the road, I moved on.
Mentally, yeah.
Mentally gone.
Yeah. I actually do the exact same thing. So mine is the same thing. But like I really thought about like what makes me do that. And I feel like growing up I wasn't really heard. So, cause you've been knowing me so long, you may not remember, but naturally I'm a soft-spoken person. And I really don't like when people talk unnecessarily loud. Like, it really bothers me.
Right. Bothers me too.
Yeah, but so because of that, like, people really didn't listen to me. Or if I talk, it's like they didn't believe me because I wasn't like, and it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, but besides the truth, like, so in turn, because I was soft-spoken, I would just hold it in. Because it's like, it's no point. Like, you ain't gonna hear me or nothing's gonna happen anyway, so what's the point in saying anything about it? So that followed me until adulthood. And so, yeah. And then it was even to the point where I would hold it in. Like, whatever came, I would hold it in, and then eventually that one person is you got the last brick, and unfortunately, pop goes the weasel, and the weasel goes pop. And I hate that, but it's like, it was like that was the straw, and that camelback broke.
And, that'd be the crazy thing, like, and when it does, you know what I'm saying, like, then you become that, like the asshole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like, how would you not, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know.
Not hold it in?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but like, how would you like get to that point? Because like I said, I'm the type, I don't like confrontation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a lover, not a
right,
you know what I'm saying? But I mean, don't get me wrong. Now,
if you bring it can be whatever you want it to be.
But naturally, that ain't what
right.
I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a whole lot of that going on,
right, it repels you.
Yeah, like I just can't.
Right.
I can't function like
yeah.
that. You know what
it's
I'm saying?
draining.
Yeah, like it is exhausting.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
And it'll really, you know what I'm saying, like make you sick.
Yeah.
You know,
literally.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I guess like how would you like get to a point where you okay with confrontation, or would you even be okay with confrontation?
Well, for me, it's not that because I don't like confrontation either, but it's not that I'm okay with it, but I feel like for their sake, I need to address it sooner than later. Because for me, later may be in a month, and they done forgot about it, and then when I want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it, you know, because they done moved on from it, but I really haven't. I just ain't said nothing about it. My peep and fallback game,
right?
It's on 1,000,
right?
Steroids.
Right, but see, my thing is, I ain't even gonna say nothing about it. I'm just gonna move on. Period. You know
I do this like mentally.
And I done, like I said, moved on, and you, still right here. You know,
I've definitely done that too.
Yeah,
like but the sad thing, like we won't even tell the people. Like in our head, we like so far away from this whole situation.
Like, we ain't had no actual conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they don't even know, like, they
My
really
bad.
be thinking like things are straight. And it's like, oh, hold on. Let me reel myself back in. Like, what now?
All right.
Like, I gotta start at caring, because that's a defense mechanism for me.
To what?
Not care.
Me too. I will not care in a minute, and not care.
But it's like we have to.
Yeah.
Because we are emotional. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a defense mechanism.
Right.
So it's like if, like, my peep fall back. So when I peep it, it's like, okay, I see what's up.
Right.
So this don't hurt me. I'm going to go and fall back.
Right.
Even though I may still be in that situation, I'm going to go and fall back. I'm going to let you do your thing.
Right.
Because in my head, I'm already somewhere else.
Right. Right.
So it's like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure that could be somewhat toxic.
I'm sure too.
Yeah.
You know, but
I do try to verbalize things quicker now. But my thing is, like, if I'm upset, just give me a sec. Like, I try not to discuss stuff when I'm angry or upset, because we already know how they can go.
Right. Ain't no telling what's going to come out of my mouth.
Right. And no one's being hurt because everyone wants to talk.
Right.
And it's like, just give me a day or give me some hours.
Right.
And we can talk about it. But, like, don't try to force me to talk about it right then.
Right. Right. And then, especially if I'm telling you,
give me a sec.
Yeah, give me a sec. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't keep pushing me, because you going to push me into something, you know what I'm saying, a place that I don't want to be in there.
Right.
I'm just going to explode. You know what I'm saying? And then you really ain't going to like it.
Right.
You know what
and it's like,
so,
I was really just asking for some time. Let me process what's going on. Let me calm down, and let me come to you with respect.
Right. That's it.
I really try to go to everybody with respect, because that's how I want anybody to come to me.
Right.
So I try to, like, just give me a second.
Right.
Let me be for now.
All right.
And 20 minutes.
That's it.
Give me 20 minutes.
That's it.
And
then
we that part. Yeah. So whole mess. You a whole mess. But yeah. And we definitely gotta work on the just moving on and not even saying nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's it. But you know what? Okay. All right. So that's actually part of the healing process, because what we got to do is we have to see what's the root of this defense mechanism. And once we can heal from the root, that will no longer be a defense mechanism, because it wouldn't have to be, because we've healed from that. So we still got some digging to do. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Find the root cause.
I agree with that.
Deal with that, and then maybe the perspective will change a little bit.
Maybe, right.
Yeah. It's just like, it's tricky. It's tricky because no one wants to be hurt. So, like me, automatically, if any little shady thing happens, it's like I'm straight. Like, especially at this point, it's like, it's no need to force anything. Like, let go and let flow. My thing is, I'm at an age where we need to be on the same page.
From jump.
You
know what I'm saying? Not working to get on the same page. We need to be on the same page from jump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Communication is so necessary. Like, it's essential to life. Communication is like the heartbeat of a relationship. It just came through my head. But for real though, because without it, that relationship is not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it.
No, not at all.
Like, even if you stay in it, like physically, like you're just there. You're not happy. You're not mentally stimulated. Like, you're not being loved with your love languages. Like, you're just there. And
wasting time.
Exactly. Who wants to do that? Some people do it just because they don't want to be alone.
True.
It's like they would rather be with this companion than be by themselves.
But why though? I mean, me personally, I love being alone. You know what I'm saying?
Insecurity.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Insecurity. Some people are scared to be by themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
Honestly. And some people, like, there are really people who cannot respect silence. Like, you know, they have to talk constantly, and it's like,
or got to be some noise going on.
Got to be, and it's like, oh, it's okay. Like, it's okay for a conversation to have a 5-minute break.
Right.
You know, like,
or end completely,
or not start. But it's like, it's okay. Silence is okay.
Right.
Golly.
Please and thank you. You know, some of us, you know, perform better in silence. You know, or by themselves.
Especially if you're an inf.
Yeah.
I'm an inf.
Yeah.
And people I don't think people really know that, or they don't get that. And being an inf is taxing. Like, and if you don't know what an inf is, it's basically someone that takes on the emotions of somebody else. So if you interact with a bunch of people every day, there's a bunch of emotions you are taking on every day.
Right. It's crazy, man.
And it's like large crowds, that's the most draining thing. And I don't know, people just don't understand it, and they don't respect it. Like, it's not that I don't want to go, but I don't want to go.
Right.
Like, it's too many people. Like, that's why the question who all over there is so important.
Yeah, right.
Because it's just some people whose energy is more draining than others. And it's like, I'm trying to enjoy myself and have a good time. Like, I'm not trying to be a therapist today.
Right.
Bro, like.
Right. I don't want to hear your problems. I might be going through something
and
of my own
that's
today.
the thing, man. People don't get that, especially when you the strong friend. Like, I don't know how many times I gotta say this. When you the strong friend, people feel like nothing bothers you.
Yeah.
And they constantly come to you, which is nothing wrong with going to them, but respect that they are human and they have stuff going on too.
Right.
Like, people just
I don't get it, man. Like, I don't know. You know, and then too, you know what I'm saying, instead of always being like, why me? Why this happening to me? You know, what I do and all that. Ask yourself, you know, what can I learn?
Exactly. And why not me?
Right.
Like,
why not me?
You're being chosen. And honestly, that's how I started looking at it. And I had to start looking at you. What?
Go ahead.
It's a moment.
Yeah.
It's a moment.
Go ahead.
But that's how I had to start looking at it, to not allow this life to take over and consume me. Because like people always say, God picks the strongest soldiers. And usually they have the most heartache, the most burden, the most, because he know you can handle it. And it's like, I'm glad you know that, but sir.
Okay. So, what if I told you that, like you said, God picks his strongest soldiers, right?
Yeah.
What if I told you God intended for that to happen, you know, just so he could get all the
recognition,
right,
definitely.
For a later date.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? What if you had to go through this, or had to go through, you know, whatever, and all that was doing was preparing you for, you know, what you about to get.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
make sure you're ready for it.
Right.
That's what I feel like a lot of stuff is, especially when it starts coming to you like at one time, back to back to back. That's how you know. I feel that same way. And I'll be like, okay. Okay.
Right.
I'm like, boy, something about to happen, boy, because how this week set up.
Man.
But you know what? Something great is finna happen, and that gets me through.
Right, every time.
Every time, like, okay.
Every time.
Okay.
And I heard somebody say one time, the call is the conflict.
Say it again.
The call, like what you're called to do, your destiny, is your conflict.
Okay.
What you think? Whatever you're going through, like your struggles and whatever you're struggling through. Or,
okay.
Okay.
Know, yeah, to get you to the destiny. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I don't know if...
I forgot who said it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it makes sense.
It does make sense. Life is tricky.
Yeah.
But like we were saying yesterday, though, okay, like life is full of trouble, right? Yeah. And so again, if we're already guaranteed trouble, it's like you already know it's gonna happen. You don't know when, you don't know how, but you know it's gonna happen. So really, if you learn to roll with the punches, life becomes a little easier.
Yeah, there will always be some sort of fight.
You know exactly.
Like every day, life is not supposed to be all okay.
Right.
Like, you know, like you said, like we said yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to go through the struggle, so to speak, to learn certain things. You know what I'm saying? If you don't go through that struggle, then you won't learn what you're supposed to learn to get to the next level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you just gonna be stuck on 10 instead of getting to, 11.
Right.
You know, so...
Or even if you make it to 11, you won't be successful because you weren't prepared for 11.
Right. And then you'll
because and you didn't learn what you were supposed to learn on 10. So not only will you drop back down, but you may go back down to 8.
Right.
Because now it's a trickle effect. Yeah. What is it? It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Yeah. Don't start it, because once you start,
you got to keep going.
Man.
And you ain't gonna be able to stop. I mean, if you do, it's hell.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you ain't gonna be right. You'll never feel right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And then going back to when you said life is not supposed to be easy, like we were saying, if life is easy or it feels easy, you're probably not where you're supposed to be in your journey, or you are with the devil or something. Like, I don't know how else to word it. Like, I mean, because people don't realize the devil blesses too.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, just because it's, glitter and gold, that don't mean it's good. Right. And you don't know how they possessed it. That's why you gotta start wishing for other people's life. Right. Because you don't know what they did to get it, what they went through, what they lost. Like, you gotta take all that into consideration. All money ain't good money.
Right. Especially you talking about goals, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you don't know what them goals cost.
Right.
And set your own goals, and reach
For
them.
real, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Straight up, that's
Yeah.
just real.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, you can't wish nothing nobody else got.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for me.
Yeah, me too. We just gotta I was gonna say we just gotta kind of start processing it quicker and trying to actually convey why we feel the way we feel or why this offended us.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once you done said it one time, and if it happens again, you already know what's up, but at least they know we gotta like give them a chance, But
sometimes. No, I'm doing right.
That wasn't convincing. But you are gonna do right. We are gonna do right. Yeah, we got this. Y'all got this too. What are your toxic traits?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our toxic traits honestly stem from childhood.
I believe that.
Because think about, for the longest we believe what we're told to believe. We believe what other people believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we learn things that are not always right or always the best way to do things, but that's all we know. Yeah. So that's how we do it.
Yeah.
And then at some point you just gotta be willing to learn and to grow and to see there's a better way, a healthier way. And that sometimes our family members and they're toxic as well. And toxic, of course, you always want to evaluate self, but then once you evaluate self and you know where you stand, then you need to evaluate family,
mm-hmm.
friends, your inner circle,
your values,
your work environment.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of that makes a difference.
Yeah.
And it plays a role in really you,
right.
Everything, like all
how
of
you
it.
Think, how you feel, all that.
Yeah. And it's important.
Right.
It's important.
Like it's a constant, journey or struggle, you know what I'm saying? Well, not struggle, but if you make the choice to decide every day that you're going to, be excellent today,
right, yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Not saying you ain't going to struggle, but, it'll be worth the journey, worth the struggle.
It will, because, everything gonna work out. And if you really believe it, it'll be so evident. Like, once you really start believing things, you'll start seeing it more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I just thought of one more, I think. Shoot. Damn, you said something, and it triggered it. And I was like, ooh. But yeah, maybe it'll come back to me.
Darn.
Zoot caca.
What?
That's French.
What it mean?
Zoot means damn, and caca means shit. C-A-C-A. Caca.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounded like it meant something like that.
Zoot caca. That was the only way we could cuss in French, so stuck with it.
Yeah.
Zoot. Or it could mean darn.
Yeah.
Dang it, though. You said something.
Just then?
Yeah, like the last thing you was just saying, and you said something. I was like, dang.
Values?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't snapping at you. Okay, so I don't know if it's necessarily toxic, but I feel like I get offended easily sometimes. And I think because I just expect more out of people. And it's like I expect their values to match mine. So when they don't, it's like I really feel offended.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm trying to work on, like not getting, I guess, well, it comes with not taking it personal, actually.
Right.
That's exactly where it comes from, not taking it personal.
Yeah. Because I mean, you can't expect people to, be as solid as you, because of course everybody ain't the same. Everybody ain't cut from the same cloth.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
What you give ain't necessarily what you gonna get.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's so draining though. Like it's just like.
That's why you got to be careful, man. And I'm telling you, man, the first signs, bro, I am not trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to go through that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, when you start your journey, it's just so much you're not gonna take.
Yeah, I mean, tolerate.
I feel you. Yeah. But seriously, and it's like people, they assume you mean, they'll call you mean or call you a bitch or whatever. But it's like, you can call me whatever you want. I'm still not finna deal with that. Like, one, we too old.
Exactly.
Like, it's time to be on your grown man, your grown woman. Like, you still out here, what you doing me to death.
Right.
Come on.
Like, every day is what you doing.
All day.
What you think I'm doing? I do the same thing every day. You know
Probably at work.
You know what I'm saying? What you think I do?
Let's have some real conversation.
Right. All right. Shit. What we investing in the end of this month? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on
with it. Let's have some money.
Yeah.
Let's make some money together. Make some moves together.
You ain't trying to do that.
I was just about to say it. I swear.
I ain't got nothing for you.
It's,
nothing.
If we ain't making money, if we ain't growing together in any type of way, what you here for?
All of them. You serve no purpose.
No.
So,
in your life, in my life, maybe in your life, but not in mine.
Serve no purpose.
Yeah. We're going to work on it. Can't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
I got to remember that too.
Yeah.
I take stuff personal.
And it's so hard, especially when it's somebody you really rock with.
Right.
That's when it's the hardest. Like, if it was a stranger, like, who are you? Like, what's your opinion? But
I wouldn't have done that to you. Like,
exactly.
How you gonna move like that?
And that's the thing. And I caught myself, especially like younger years, I caught myself asking people so often, but it's me.
Yeah.
Like, it's me. How you gonna do me like that?
Right.
Like, of all the people, me?
Right.
Like, God. They cut deep.
Yeah. Like,
they cut deep.
The shirt off my back. You know
Man, I'm telling you, like, I just really thought we was
right. Or when I have given you my last, you know what I'm saying, to make sure you straight and hell on barely straight my damn self.
Right,
you know,
for real. People don't respect sacrifices.
Yeah. That's okay.
It's
okay now.
It is now, right? Yeah. I know better now.
Right.
You know better.
Right.
Know better, you do better.
Exactly.
I know better now.
Exactly.
But back then, that hurt.
You know, like you said, that cut was deep.
And I think that's when it started. Dang. It's literally all coming together. That's when it started. Okay, so when I would feel disrespected and I would allow them to hurt me because I ain't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, my defense mechanism was to be like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm mentally gone, physically present. So everything from this point forward,
that's how it went.
It's just you going through the motions.
Pretty much.
And it started to feel like that. And then it's like, why am I doing this? Like, why do I do this every day? You know, it's like you just really start respecting yourself so much more. Like, why am I taking this?
Right.
Like, Why am I allowing them?
Right. And then you kind of get mad at yourself.
Exactly.
It took you so long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, how could I not see this?
Right.
It wasn't meant for you to see it then.
Right.
Because you probably still wasn't going to do anything about it. Like, sometimes things are revealed when you feel like you at your breaking point, because he know that's when you finna move.
Mm-hmm.
So
when
it's like,
have no choice.
when you have no choice, you don't have options.
The only choice you got is to move.
That's it.
No, when you go up now, that's on you.
That's on you.
But you got to
move. And that move gets scary because sometimes it's not planned.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, a lot of times, especially if you're doing what you're supposed to do and you try to live right, then you're going to be A-okay. Because even though you didn't plan to move, that move was planned already.
God already intended. He already had it intended.
Chestnut checkers.
Exactly. Exactly.
Chestnut checkers. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Your move was already planned out.
Isn't that crazy? But just remember, you still are co-pilot of your destiny. So even though your move's planned out, you can cause yourself to deviate, which will cause you to go through more and some unnecessary heartache. But it's still part of the process.
It is.
It's still going to get you to where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Whew. Just take the easy.
Jesus.
Man, listen. Like, why we make it so hard?
Right.
We make it hard.
Just wake up and say every day, not my will, but your will be done. And just walk, you know what I'm
Girl,
saying?
listen, let me disclaimer with that. Like, you really gotta be ready when you say that, though.
We ready.
We ready. I'm just saying in general, speaking to the people, like,
yeah. Everybody might not be ready.
Like, when you say that, you really gotta be careful, because sometimes his will is not what you were thinking.
Right.
And I mean, it's still gonna work out.
Right.
But just be ready.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. It was time, man. Like, the world's so evil, right? And it's just so much happening. Well, the people in the world are so evil. And it's so much happening. I remember we had talked about it months ago, if not a year ago. We were saying how I would literally wake up, not really in a panic, but like just wake up and be like, thank you. Like, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm on this earth for this moment. Because it was so many people not getting that opportunity. And it was just like, whoa, like, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So
even still,
like, gratitude is so important.
Right.
But gotta be grateful for the day. And sometimes we wake up on the wrong side of the bed. But it's like, you gotta let that junk go. Whatever, especially if it was a dream.
Right.
People really be mad in real life about dreams, bro. Like, look.
Or you ever had a dream and got mad because you had the dream, you know,
about somebody?
Yeah.
Like, why am I dreaming about them?
Right.
No, have you ever woke up mad at them?
Because of the dream?
Attitude all day.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, man? You should know. How should that's toxic? How should they know? How should they know what you dream, bro? You really mad at these people for what your mind thought about.
Right.
They can't control what your mind think about.
Crazy, man.
Toxic. That's toxic. I used to do that job for real, but it went both ways.
Right.
But yeah, that's toxic. Just mad straight attitude. Don't
all day
touch me.
What you looking at?
Right. Ooh. Thank God for growth.
Right.
Man.
Real growth.
That's toxic for real.
Right.
I didn't even realize that was toxic back then. I just know I was mad. I was in my feelings. Because really think about it, like, perception is reality. So in your dream, that is your reality at that time. So it feels so real. The betrayal. How dare you?
Right.
Don't touch me.
my way.
Please don't. Why is you breathing so hard?
Man, what you talking about, man?
Stop. Okay. I'm sorry. Toxic.
Right.
Toxic. It's the crazy thing. We all do some toxic stuff, like you said. And it be simple stuff like that. Like, you don't even think about, but...
Toxic.
It don't make no sense. It's just sad. Them childhood traumas, that's really what we gotta heal.
Yeah.
Because that'll heal a lot of our toxic adult behaviors. Or it should, rather.
Right.
It should. So, childhood traumas are so serious. And it's so detrimental. Especially if you don't recognize it and change it. So like we said, everyone has a toxic trait. You really just have to figure out what is yours. Figure out the root cause. Heal yourself from the root cause. And then hopefully that defense mechanism that you develop will kind of
dissolve.
Yes, thank you. But again, thank you for watching the Truth Be Told podcast with your girl Kendra Niece
and Amber.
And we will see you next week for episode 10 already. Part 2 of the toxic traits.
Right.
Have a good one, y'all.